Hello and welcome back to the series on Latin NLP with Python. So in the last video, we looked at how to start cleaning up our data so that we can process it better through natural language processing. And the first steps towards doing that were converting all of the J's and I's and V's and U's into the same standard format. In this video, we're going to move away from data standardization and move into more data preparation. So cleaning and structuring our data so that we remove all the problematic characters and weird things that exist in our data. So here is an example of what our data looks like. And if you notice, we've got some weird things like we've got these, which are common in PL texts. You've got an open and closed brackets and some stuff in between, and the same thing with parentheses. What I'm going to show you in this video is how to kind of use both uh, the built-in functions with cltk for cleaning up data and how to kind of do some more data-specific cleaning. So let's go ahead and jump right in. And in this video, we're going to start taking all the stuff that we've done and start creating some polished functions. And if you don't know what a function is, feel free to watch my video on functions. I'll provide a link in the description down below. Essentially, all a function is it is something that allows for you to have clean data or clean code that allows for you to repeat the same task over and over again without doing anything kind of complex, having to like repeatedly write something out in your code. So let's go ahead and make a function for just kind of converting our text like we did in the last video and making it all standardized with J's and I's and V's and U's. So let's call this JVText. That's going to be this function. It's going to take a single argument. It's going to take the argument of text. So that's going to be the item, the object that we pass to it. And we're going to say simply, just like we did in the last video, JVReplacer. And that's going to create our object that's going to let us actually call the replacer. Then we're going to say text is going to be equal to j.replace text. So here we're going to just simply alter that text. And now we're going to just kind of leave that as is for right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to return that, and we're going to return that as text. So now we can simply kind of test this function out. Always good to troubleshoot and bug report on your functions as you're going. So let's try to do text is going to be equal to jvtext, and we're going to pass text in, and then we're going to try to print off text. And what we should have is a output that has our filio corrected. Perfect. Now we know that it works. All of our U's and V's are now standardized. Perfect. I'm very happy with that. Now we're going to actually start trying to clean this up a little bit more. So we're going to try to now get rid of everything that is in these brackets and everything that is in the parentheses. And we're going to do that real quickly. And I want you to notice something I've done right here. I have intentionally left in these commas and periods, and you're going to see why I did that when we get to the lemmatization and tokenization videos, starting in video number 7 and working all the way up until video 12. For right now, just kind of stick with this basic function. It'll make more sense as we add to it later in this series. So we've got our JV function. Let's start making another function for cleaning our data. So let's just call this clean PL. So, clean patrologia latina. Once again, we're going to take just a single argument. Once again, it is going to be a text of some sort because we're going to clean the whole text up in one lump sum. So we're going to create an object, and this is going to be cleaned. This is going to tell us that our data is cleaned, and I'm going to copy and paste this in because I'm not going to lie, I never can remember for the life of me regex functions. I always have to kind of prepare them out ahead of time. What this is, it's a regex formula that essentially calls everything that is either in a open or a closed bracket or an open and a closed parentheses, and any characters that are in between those and the parentheses and brackets themselves will all be replaced with nothing. Essentially what this little bit here, this little regex formula is going to do is it is going to replace everything that is in between parentheses or brackets and delete them, and then also delete the brackets and parentheses themselves. If you want to see about my videos about regex, again, I'll provide a link in the description down below. So let's go ahead and simply print off cleaned just so we can kind of troubleshoot this on the fly and see what it's looking like. So I'm going to pass text now into this new function we have, which is cleaned PL, and we're going to pass in text. And then I'm going to print off text once again. Let's run it and see what she looks like. Oh, I got to import regex. I have not done that yet. So we're going to import re. That's to import regex. Now we should be able to get something useful. And we see that we have successfully replaced everything. But notice that we have a problem here. We've got 3 white spaces. This is not good. Now, there's a few different ways to kind of replace excessive white spaces. I'm going to go through right now and just simply show you the simple kind of manual way in which to do it. So we're going to say cleaned is going to be equal to cleaned.replace, and we're going to do 1 with 3, and we're going to replace it with 1. I'm going to replace 2 with 1, and let's see what this looks like. It's looking like everything's cleaned up. So what this does is it allows for me to go through and just grab all the instances of multiple white spaces and then remove them all and replace them with just a single white space. And just in case any of them missed that, it's going to do another one where it's 2 and replace that with 1. Just a way to clean up all of your spaces, which produces a much cleaner, better text. So we know that that works. Fantastic. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply return cleaned. And now I've got a cleaned text now returned to me. And so when I run this, it should print off just like that. Yep, it does. So there's some other things that we can do here. And I'm going to do them right now just to show you this, but we're going to do this in a later video. Sometimes when you're working with NLP, it is to your advantage to clean the data further by removing punctuations and, most importantly, lowercasing everything. This is really important for machine learning applications. And we're going to go ahead and just do this right now. And we're going to say add in a second argument. And we're going to say false for right now. And so what we're going to do is we're going to say if lower is equal to false. Oh, sorry. If lower is equal to true, then what we are going to do is we are going to produce a new object. And this is going to be called, let's just call it lower cleaned. And that's going to be equal to cleaned.lower. And what this is going to do is it's simply going to lowercase everything in our text so that we have a completely lowercase text. Again, for certain applications, this is going to be useful. So I'm going to put cleaned and lower cleaned. And now, if I were to run this, again, you're going to see nothing actually happen. But if I were to put lower is equal to true, we are going to have 2 objects returned because we again are dealing with a tuple. That's what's being returned in a function. And so what we can do here is we can simply go index it at 1, and we've got an entire lowercase text. So this is going to be how you clean up a text. This is how you clean up a PL text to get rid of all that kind of bad text that you don't want to see, that you can't use, such as the things between parentheses, the things between brackets. This is how you produce a polished and cleaned up text. This is going to be useful going forward as we start to, in the next video, look at how to use cltk to actually decline words. So this is going to be useful for both analyzing texts through NLP and also preparing the text for a classroom. That's going to be it for this video, though. Thank you for listening.